we're going to come for habit number 2. And this is the final part of this video. I'm going to keep it real as I crunch my breath mint and drink my tea. Motherfucker. Goddamn that my tea. Well, won't be drinking this shit. Damn. Thought the napkin covered it up well enough, but clearly it didn't. Drink apple juice. Apple and Eve apple juice. No sugar added. 100% juice. Yeah, right. But anyway, tastes great. I'd rather have my tea. So, I've covered Asian on Asian and black on black. I left off like Native American tribes and shit like that because I figured that would be irrelevant because once the Europeans got here, there were no more tribal wars. All that shit came to an end with gunpowder and musket balls, and tribal more likely trying to unite versus fight against the Europeans. So, white on white crime. I suppose a bunch of you are watching this video right now and saying, that shit don't happen. I like to tell you that you're dead wrong. That shit does happen. It happens more often than you think. And just because you didn't read about it or you didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I actually want to watch some white cats fight other white cats in a park. It was fucking awesome. Literally. I kind of walked right in on it. Don't know how it happened. Don't know what started it. I would love to say it was over a girl. But I also don't want to tell you a lie. But one cat was wearing a gray hoodie, talking shit, and the other cat just leveled the motherfucker. He's like, well, you ain't gonna walk away. He's like, well, look, man, I don't want to hurt you. And as the story goes, the guy with the hoodie, you can't hurt me because you're a little motherfucker. You're a punk bitch. And then there was 2 quick hits. The man hit him in the face twice, and before the second hit got back to his hand, the other guy fell like a sack of shit. This was down in the park, not too far from Burley Moran School, and not too far from CHS. I forgot the neighborhood, and I forgot the name of the park, but there's a big bridge that goes into the back of white people's yards. But I also did a film there. But yeah, dude got fracked up really, really bad, and they were both white cats. And I was watching because I was waiting for my bro B to show up, and I beat him to the destination or area. And I never in my life thought I would ever see white cats fight white cats like that. And I've seen white kids fight in school before, but not in the park. And it's like, like the other guy never had a chance. The guy talking all the shit, he was done. I mean, it was like a lickety split, and all you heard was like. It was just that quick, and he was gone. Blink of an eye, he was just out. I was like, damn, he leveled that motherfucker. I mean, he literally leveled him. So why am I telling this story? We've covered black on black. We've covered Asian on Asian, and now we're going to cover white on white. I know you guys that are Mexican are feeling a little left out, but you're not left out because technically you fall into the Asian persuasion. Just like the Native Americans. So if you're Hispanic and you are of any South American tribe, or if you're Mexican, your ass is Native American, which means biologically your ass is Asian, so deal with it. Anyway, that being said, you know, a lot of the percentages of crime with white men and women are generally done by a white man that the white woman knows. When it comes to like date rape, acquaintance rape, or sexual molestation, or incest, it generally happens to white women or white men by a white person that they know. It is very rare that it is a black person that kills a white person outside of self-defense. However, if a black person does kill a white person, 9 times out of 10, that black person knew that white person, which made it easier for him to kill that person. I know you guys are thinking, oh, you're going to cover up black on white crime. No! This is all about white on white crime. I'm not saying that salt and pepper crimes don't happen. Salt and pepper crimes do happen, but 9 times out of 10, the salt and pepper are working together to generally attack a white person that probably the white person who was the salt in the team knew. Alright? Yeah, you know, my grandfather knows this guy, but if we go jump my grandfather, no one's gonna know. Happens. Accidentally kill your grandfather. It also happens with other people that you may have known down the street. You know, I know this cat down the street, he got mad money, but he knows my dad, so we gotta go in, we gotta get this motherfucker, but we gotta get him, we gotta wear a mask, because this motherfucker know what the fuck I look like, so we can't go in there looking like me. So what do? You go get a mask. You go and get this guy, and you know, if he's not a detail guy and he doesn't remember what the fuck color your eyes are when you're beating him black and blue, you can't tell your daddy, who's a police officer, that you did it. But 9 times out of 10, and I say this lovingly, that most of us are generally going to be victims by people that we know. And why is that? Because I learned that shit in class by my police officer teachers. 9 times out of 10, you are in more danger from someone who looks exactly like you, comes from the same neighborhood you do, same background, same social standing, versus somebody who comes from somebody a little bit higher class. 9 times out of 10, it also depends on your location. That means your city, your state, and how the economic standing is. But this is the thing. When you look at people in jail, why are so many black people in jail versus Mexicans and whites? It's just a really simple circumstance. You know? But a lot of white guys are in jail. They kill other white guys and they kill black people and other things. And it happens. But specifically, for white on white crime, it is more likely that that gets covered up a lot faster, or someone has intimidated the witness or some shit like that. And the reason why that happened is because white people tend to look out more for their own than for other people. But if a black person does something to a white person, the white person looks out for that victim more than they look out for if the white person victimed the black person. So it also depends on the situation. But for the most part, white people know this just as well as black people, just as well as Asian people, that you are in more danger from someone who looks like you. Now, you may not want to believe this shit, but I almost guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, 3 white women that you know, out of the 3, 2 of them have been sexually assaulted by somebody that they know, or somebody who they knew through someone else, a friend of a friend, who had a jealous compulsion for that person, but couldn't handle the rejection of those advances. Alright? And the thing with that is, you know, this happens all the time, and yes, you can read about it. It's not just something that you find in a Danielle Steele novel. Sometimes this shit is real life. There are times where white people are hurt, damaged, or killed, or even sexually assaulted by somebody who is a friend of a friend of a friend, or somebody they met somewhere they never thought they'd see again, and they just brush that shit off. It happens. Now, 9 times out of 10, people who get brushed off generally go away. But then you have those people that don't. Now, let's not forget, when stalker laws came out, 9 times out of 10, the stalker laws, most of them, and I'm sorry to say this, and I'm going to offend a lot of white people, most of the stalker laws were written for white people. Alright? Because black cats, you know, and I'm going to say this shamefully, I haven't done this, but, you know, black cats, a lot of black men, God forgive me, black people forgive me, a lot of black men, especially if they're having sex with a woman of any other color, including blacks, a lot of black men are hit it, forget it, and go. Or hit it, hit it, go and forget it. And sometimes the woman comes searching for the black man. And that woman could be black, white, or Asian. And it just really depends on the situation. But when it's the other way around, 9 times out of 10, when a woman tells a black man to get the fuck out of her face, the black man don't ask no questions. The black man walk out. I ain't gotta deal with that bitch no more. Go! I'm sorry, ladies, if I have offended you with the word bitch. But that's generally how that works. Now, there are some cases where it doesn't work like that. Where the black guy is really in love with the girl. And he's doing everything he can to save the relationship. And then the law gets involved and the relationship is definitely over. That's a story of another color, specifically involving me. But she was not white. Anyway, she was raised by white people, though, if that counts. But the whole point of the matter is, 9 times out of 10, most people can handle the word no, and they can go. But in a lot of cases, there weren't, and especially cases of celebrities, which is why the stalking laws came into effect because of the Schaefer girl from My Sister Sam being murdered by another white man who was obsessed with her. And, that was just something that, it was very rare in the colored community that people were obsessed. And also, specifically, if you're in the colored community and you were black, and these girls had cousins that were big guys, or a lot of little guys, well, we just go beat your ass. You don't want to leave our cousin alone, we just go beat your ass. You'll get the fucking message. Now, I don't know how that works in the white community. I don't know how that works in the Asian community. But I know how it works in the black community. Alright, you want to keep fucking with her? And she done told you no 10 times? Don't worry about it. There won't be an 11th. It's like, what? Because, see, them first 5 times, we learning your habit. And then we following you. So if you following her, you better believe we following you. So sooner or later, we going to show up. Because we just trying to follow you to find out where the fuck you live at. So we can knock on your door and knock your ass out in the doorway. And give you your first, middle, and final warning. And pray like hell that you don't wake up and go get a gun. Because that's how more black on black violence starts. But there's always a reason for something. But when it comes to like with white people, y'all tend to lay back a little bit more on your own. And are more afraid of the big black guy down the street. Or that Asian dude in the backyard breaking all those bricks and shit. You're like, yeah, I don't want to fuck with that dude. That Fu Manchu motherfucker might fuck me up. That big black motherfucker. If I see him, let me walk on this side of the street. Y'all do that. How do I know this? Because I'm that little black guy who had a white lady walking on the same street as me, walk across to where there were more bigger black people, and then come back after I got past the church. And me being the asshole that I am, I yelled back at her and I said, I will be that same black guy that saved you from them other 4 black ass guys that you just walked past. I don't even try it, lady. Don't even try it. You were scared of me because you thought I was either Mexican or because I was black. And you thought that I was going to hurt you. It's just that simple. I said, why else would you walk all the way across the street into a worser part of the neighborhood versus one guy? You're going to walk over there where there's 3 black guys that could fuck you up and rape you versus the one black guy which you might have actually had a fighting chance against. I would say that was pretty damn stupid of her, but hey, it is what it is. I had no beef with the bride until she did that. I seen her. And I was walking, I was like, oh, this is a very beautiful white lady with reddish hair and a red dress. Awesome. And it was more like strawberry blonde. If you guys know anything about hair, it wasn't like jet red, like the Bella Twins and Anne Marie or whatever when she used to be in WWE. It was strawberry blonde. It was red, but it wasn't red. I don't know if it was natural, but it wasn't really red. So when I walked past and she did this whole conglomerate square, my feelings was hurt. I felt like that was a racial assault. So I racially counter-assaulted with everything that came out my mouth. And the first thing I said after that was, you more in danger from a white man than you would be from a man of color. I said, and we in broad daylight. I said, I'm not dumb enough to waste my freedom to attack a white lady in the daylight. And that's here in Charlottesville. So the Unite the Right thing, that's nothing new to me. Because I'm in my 40s. But that happened when I was like in my 20s and 30s. So yeah, Racism will always be a thing. But the thing you got to understand is that every race on the planet is in more danger from their own than from someone else. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. This is 15 minutes of your life that you can't get back, and I'm sorry. Thanks for watching.